Ready for an adventure that will thrill you? Forget calm beaches, sunshine, and coconut water. Here, the ocean loses its patience. Waves as tall as buildings, howling winds. Welcome to the Drake Passage, the wildest stretch of sea on the planet. The Pacific and Atlantic meet in a wild hug, a fight between giants. It's the fiery test for anyone dreaming of stepping foot on Antarctica. On the other side, the most untouched and mysterious continent on Earth. Buckle up and come with me to discover the secrets of the wildest sea in the world. To understand the fury of the Drake Passage, just look at the map. Between South America and Antarctica, it's 800 kilometers of open ocean. It's the shortest route to Antarctica, but also the most challenging. The Antarctic circumpolar current flows freely, with no obstacles, speeding up water and winds. The roaring 40s and furious 50s run wild, creating waves up to 15 meters high. There, nature makes the rules. Respect them or suffer the consequences. It's pure chaos. The name of the passage is almost as wild as its waters. Officially, it honors Sir Francis Drake, that English pirate, who in 1578 was swept away by a storm and discovered the connection between the Atlantic and Pacific. But many historians, and especially the Spanish, argue that the navigator Francisco de Hoces got there first, in 1525, also carried by a storm. Coincidence? That's why, on many Spanish maps, the place is lovingly called Mar de Hoces. In the end, Drake's fame won out, but both he and Hoces felt the power of that place firsthand, in fragile ships, without any technology, like modern rafts. The legacy? A dispute of names and the courage of those who dared to cross the end of the world. A real drama. Those who cross the Drake know two very different extremes: the feared Drake Shake and the rare Drake Lake. The shake, or rocking in plain English, is the norm. Rough seas, the ship rocking in all directions, everything becomes a challenge. Eating, walking, even taking a shower requires the balance of a juggler. The sound of the wind and waves is constant, a soundtrack from a suspense movie. The Drake Lake, on the other hand, is a rare gift. Calm sea, clear sky, the ship gliding smoothly, as if on a lake. When this happens, it's a reason to celebrate on board, champagne and barbecue. It's a miracle. The crossing takes about 48 hours and can be anything from hell to paradise. Modern ships have stabilizers, but they don't stop the rocking, they just make it a bit better. In the end, facing the Drake is a matter of luck and a lot of preparation. Whether shake or lake, the experience is unforgettable, one of those stories you tell your grandkids. It's the first big test for those going to Antarctica, like nature's entrance exam. In the past, crossing the Drake was a real nightmare. Sailors on wooden ships, fragile as nutshells, faced giant waves, extreme cold, and a constant risk of sinking. The graveyard of ships at the bottom of the Drake is silent proof of this. Today, the crossing is a controlled adventure, like a roller coaster ride with a seatbelt. Modern ships have powerful engines, reinforced hulls, and stabilizers that help absorb the impact. The weather forecast helps avoid the worst, but the Drake Shake still exists, and it doesn't forgive. Now you can face the chaos outside while reading a book, drinking hot chocolate, or watching a movie on board. The crossing has become part of the tourist experience, a rite of passage to Antarctica. Fear has given way to excitement, to adrenaline. The Drake still commands respect, and a lot of it, but now you can admire its strength with some safety. Yesterday's nightmare has become today's controlled adventure. And arriving in Antarctica never loses that feeling of accomplishment, of overcoming. Despite all the chaos, the Drake Passage is an incredible corridor of life. The circumpolar current brings nutrients from the depths, feeding phytoplankton and, consequently, krill, that tiny shrimp that is the base of the food chain there. This attracts a huge crowd: whales, orcas, dolphins, seals, and seabirds. like albatrosses and petrels, who seem to dance in the wind. During the crossing, it's common to see albatrosses gliding elegantly, and, with luck, whales breaching, putting on quite a show. Even penguins and leopard seals, these fierce predators, show up there, braving the turbulent waters as if it were a water park. Every animal there is a master of adaptation, a true warrior of nature. Crossing the Drake is witnessing a vibrant ecosystem where life thrives even in the midst of chaos. It's nature showing its resilience, its strength, its untamed beauty. The Drake Passage isn't just a beautiful and dangerous place, it's vital for our planet's global climate. When South America and Antarctica separated millions of years ago, the circumpolar current appeared, which isolated Antarctica from heat and allowed the gigantic accumulation of ice we see today. This current connects all oceans, mixing waters and distributing heat across the entire planet, like a giant circulatory system. The Drake is the most intense mixing point, influencing weather patterns thousands of miles away, like a butterfly effect on a global scale. Changes there affect the global climate and the melting of the polar ice caps, impacting everyone's lives. The Drake is a planetary thermostat, a temperature regulator for our world. Understanding its dynamics is understanding the health of the planet. It's not just an obstacle for adventurers. It's a key piece of global climate balance. So, is it worth facing the Drake, all that shaking? Yes. 1,000 times yes. The challenge is part of the reward, part of the experience. Waking up and seeing the first giant blue iceberg makes all the discomfort, all the sacrifice, worth it. The seasickness, the rocking, it all disappears before the surreal beauty of Antarctica. The crossing creates strong bonds between passengers and crew, turning ordinary tourists into real explorers. Every day on the continent is a reward. Cute penguins, lazy seals, monumental icebergs, an absolute silence that calms the soul. The Drake is the price of admission to the grandest, purest, and most untouched spectacle on Earth. It forces you to slow down, to disconnect from the virtual world and truly connect with the environment. Without the Drake, arriving in Antarctica wouldn't have the same impact, the same emotion. Crossing the Drake is much more than a travel adventure. It's a deep lesson in humility. There, you control absolutely nothing. The sea, the wind, the current, everything is completely beyond your reach, beyond your will. Feeling a giant ship which you thought was indestructible, being tossed from side to side like a toy, truly makes you respect nature the hard way. You learn to wait, to trust, to adapt to circumstances. When the storm passes and calm arrives, the gratitude is immense, indescribable. It's a perfect metaphor for life. Sometimes all you can do is hold on tight until the calm arrives, until the good times. The Drake teaches resilience and patience, virtues so rare these days. It's an external and internal journey that tests your limits and changes your perspective on the world and on yourself. The greatest adventure isn't trying to conquer nature, but learning to admire it, respect it, and recognize our smallness in the face of such grandeur. This is the most valuable memory you take from the end of the world.